from Sunday, they are 2 of 6 men inside Hell in a Cell. But tonight, Kevin Owens looks to settle the score with Solo Sikoa after the Street Champ interrupted the main event last week on Monday Night Raw. Kevin Owens, Solo Sikoa, a week and change ahead of Hell in a Cell. Meet tonight on Monday Night Raw. A week from Sunday, we will be in Detroit for Armageddon, but tonight, live from the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts, where we kick things off with the World Tag Team Champions, the Brawling Brutes, Ridge the Fridge, and the Bruiserweight, Butch.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, accompanied by Ridge Holland, representing the Brawling Brutes from Birmingham, England, weighing in at 205 pounds, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Butch!
Well, the Bruiserweight Butch and Ridge Holland coming in tonight still with those World Tag Team Championships around their waist. But Butch set to go one-on-one with one of the men who they took those titles from several months ago at Unforgiven, that being Finn Balor of the Judgment Day, who just last week, Priest and Balor taking down the New Day in a tag team grudge match here on Monday Night Raw, a fantastic one at that. Now Finn Balor looks to put the Judgment Day back in line to become the #1 contenders for the World Tag Team titles. There has been unfinished business between these two teams seemingly all year long here on Monday Night Raw. Could the end be near with this World Tag Team Championship struggle?
And his opponent, representing the Judgment Day, from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 190 pounds, Finn Balor!
Well, you are certainly looking at 3 dominant superstars here on Monday Night Raw. The Prince Finn Balor, the Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest, as we mentioned, picking up that tag team win last week against the New Day. And of course, centerfold, the WWE Women's Champion Rhea Ripley, who is still coming hot off the heels of retaining her title just over a week ago at Survivor Series against the man Becky Lynch. What about what happened last week on Raw, the debut of Alba Fire, successful one at that. Rhea Ripley getting in the ring afterwards just to remind the newcomer whose division she was entering, that being the division of the Eradicator, the Nightmare Rhea Ripley, the WWE Women's Champion. But tonight it is about Finn Balor and it is about Butch. Butch representing the World Tag Team titles. Finn Balor representing a team that would love to get another crack at the gold they once held earlier on in 2023. Again, a lot of unfinished business between these two teams throughout the year on Monday Night Raw, set to write the next chapter here tonight in Boston, Massachusetts. We welcome you to Monday Night Raw, again a week from Sunday, from our final live premiere event of the year. That is Armageddon, Little Caesars Arena, Detroit, Michigan, Sunday night, December the 10th, live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And of course, the news we found out earlier last week, the main event of Armageddon. 6 men will enter Hell in a Cell for the WWE Championship after the chaos that has ensued on Monday Night Raw, week after week, and especially last week, going off the air with a massive brawl inside and outside the ring. It is all set to come to an end Sunday night, December the 10th at Armageddon. Seth Rollins will defend his WWE Championship against Sheamus, Karrion Kross, Tommaso Ciampa, Solo Sikoa, and Kevin Owens inside Hell in a Cell. That is going to be a monumental main event, to say the least, a week from Sunday in Detroit. Of course, we will get a little bit of an early preview at that matchup in your main event tonight, as Kevin Owens looks to keep his hot streak going against the Street Champ Solo Sikoa. We're going to talk about unfinished business. Look no further than the Street Champ and the prize fighter. We'll talk more about that situation as Monday Night Raw progresses. But right now, in the middle of the TD Garden, Butch and Finn Balor locking horns. You know, Butch and Balor got a lot of history, not just throughout this tag team warfare throughout 2023, but around this time last year, they were going back and forth for the Intercontinental Championship at times. Certainly 2 men who are no strangers to each other, but who is going to get one chalked up in the win column tonight? Will it be the Bruiserweight who scales the ropes? Could be looking for that patented double stomp to the rib cage. However, Finn Balor had it scouted. And now look at this, trying to steal the win over the Bruiserweight this time, not just yet. Of course, both of these teams last met in the midst of the Team Sheamus versus Team Karrion Kross Survivor Series elimination matchup 8 nights ago. And although Butch and Ridge Holland were eliminated in that matchup, they were on the winning side against the Judgment Day, against Sikoa, and against Karrion Kross. And really, when it comes down to these 4 men, neither team really got one up over the other in that matchup. However, Finn Balor did eliminate Butch from that traditional Survivor Series matchup, but still just adding to the unfinished business that these two duos have. With the World Tag Team Championships, oh wait a minute here, gotta watch the numbers game at ringside. Rhea Ripley sending Butch back inside the squared circle. A little bit of leeway there given by the referee. Hopefully Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley don't overstay their welcome at ringside. And several teams trying to climb the ranks here on Monday Night Raw as of late. Really not just on Monday Night Raw, but in all of the WWE. Those World Tag Team titles universal between both brands. The 2 teams who have really been scratching and crawling for #1 contendership. That was the Judgment Day and the New Day here on Monday Night Raw. Those 2 teams going back and forth for several weeks. The Judgment Day really getting the last laugh 7 nights ago, right here on the red brand. But Butch looking to stop the Judgment Day's #1 contender aspirations dead in its tracks. Butch with a bitter end to the Prince. And into the cover. But he does not get the victory just yet. Finn Balor still in this fight. Close call by the Bruiserweight, has beaten plenty of competitors with that bitter end. They have just not gotten enough offense in this matchup for that finishing maneuver to really have the emphatic force it usually does. Unfortunately, Damian Priest and the numbers game of the Judgment Day being felt once more. Butch had his back turned, and now Balor from behind gonna drop Butch dead center of the canvas. And into the cover. Gonna be a victory for the Judgment Day. Back-to-back weeks, not just yet. There's one thing about the Bruiserweight is he is gonna keep fighting, no pun intended, but to the bitter end of a matchup. Finn Balor knows that very well. Again, the Brawling Brutes kicked off their World Tag Team Championship reign back in September in Chicago at Unforgiven when they defeated the Judgment Day in a great physical tag team matchup. Finn Balor and Damian Priest have been eyeing up another opportunity ever since. And Butch worse for wear after coming off the top rope. Finn Balor looking to bring this thing to a conclusion, going for the coup de grace. Butch gets out of the way. Nobody able to hit those double boots from the aerial offense just yet in this matchup. Oh, wait a minute. Again, Damian Priest doing anything he can to take Butch's eye off the ball. Luckily this time, the Bruiserweight not letting it affect him and stomping Finn Balor's head on the canvas. Patented Bruiserweight offense. Just one of many reasons that Butch is a former NXT United Kingdom champion, former 2-time Intercontinental champion, and now 1/2 of the World Tag Team champions. Oh, wait a minute, Balor off the reversal, could be going for the 1916, that brain buster variation. And into the pinfall he goes. Will that do it? It does. Finn Balor getting a victory for the Judgment Day tonight, just a week after they defeated the New Day here on Monday Night Raw. And whether we like him or not, Balor and Damian Priest may have just solidified their spot at the top of the line to challenge Butch and Ridge Holland one more time for the WWE World Tag Team Championship.
Here is your winner, Finn Balor!
Well, Finn Balor and Damian Priest found themselves in a string of bad luck throughout September and October, but over the last few weeks they have turned their luck around, and unfortunately it comes at the demise of Butch and Ridge Holland. The tag team titles, however, still remain with the Brawling Brutes, but is their expiration date nearing as the Judgment Day is eyeing up one more opportunity at championship gold? On Sunday night, December the 10th, the end is here. It's the final live premiere event of 2023 as the Warriors of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown descend upon Detroit, Michigan for Armageddon. What will this unholy evening have in store as the toughest competitors look to make their final mark of 2023, December the 10th at Armageddon? Man, I cannot wait to get to Little Caesars Arena, Detroit, Michigan for the final live premiere event of 2023. It is Armageddon, and it's coming your way a week from Sunday. We still got a lot of action on hand here in Boston. Apollo Crews set to go one-on-one with Cameron Grimes.
And his opponent from Burlington, North Carolina, weighing in at 220 pounds, Cameron Grimes.
We got to take you back to 2 weeks ago, the final Raw before Survivor Series, where the Intercontinental Champion LA Knight went one-on-one with Cameron Grimes. And not only, as what you're about to see, Cameron Grimes cradling up LA Knight and securing a pinfall victory over the Intercontinental Champion. Not only was that conclusion to the matchup a shock to us all, but when you go back and watch the events of that contest between Grimes and LA Knight, Cameron Grimes pushed the Intercontinental Champion LA Knight to his limit 2 weeks ago here on Monday Night Raw. Dare I say, almost a very decisive victory that Grimes was the better man on that night. And you gotta wonder if another victory is in the near future for Cameron Grimes tonight against Apollo Crews. Has he earned himself #1 contendership for that Intercontinental Gold? All remains to be seen. Cameron Grimes is not somebody who we've seen too much of here on Monday Night Raw. He's been on the red brand for quite some time. And every time he got an opportunity, unfortunately slipped right through the fingers. But 2 weeks ago, Grimes just had all the stars aligned and was able to take down the Intercontinental Champion. Will that luck continue against the big man Apollo Crews tonight? Crews is somebody who is, oh my goodness, big time German by Grimes. We'll talk about strength. Nonetheless, Apollo Crews is somebody who has been clamoring for another opportunity at an Intercontinental Championship matchup for several months here on Monday Night Raw. Earned himself one back in June during the reign of Ilya Dragunov, who's now over on SmackDown as the Cruiserweight Champion. But Apollo Crews, all the tools to be a success, but another superstar who we've seen get some victories here and there on the red brand. But when it comes to the big-time matchups, Apollo has not been able to take advantage. Last time we saw Crews here on Monday Night Raw was in a losing effort to Shinsuke Nakamura last month. Now returning to the ring tonight to take on Grimes and looking to stop Grimes' momentum right where it stands here in Boston. Cameron Grimes looking to, on the other hand, take his momentum all the way to the moon and possibly challenge LA Knight in the near future for the Intercontinental Championship. Not if Crews has anything to say about it. Rejected that time, but Grimes just keeping his foot on the gas pedal. Oh, but you're not going to outpower the strength of Apollo Crews. Guy is a unit inside of that ring. Apollo Crews just making Grimes pay for his sins that time. Ragdolling him right up against the buckles. And there's Apollo Crews, shooting star press. So impressive inside of the squared circle. That is the dangerous factor about Apollo Crews. So many ways to beat you inside of the ring. Can take things to the air, can use the power game. Former Intercontinental Champion himself. Apollo's just been looking to reclimb the ranks here on Monday Night Raw, and tonight could be the night where he starts doing that, but not if Cameron Grimes has anything to say about it. Beautiful counter that time. Apollo Crews all kinds of dazed and confused, and now Grimes muscling up Crews and face first off the canvas. And now over the top rope, Cameron Grimes is looking good here on the red brand. It's as if that shooting star press right to the rib cage woke up something inside Cameron Grimes to start fighting now or never. Grimes knows the opportunity that he took advantage of 2 weeks ago, but that momentum goes right down the line. If you cannot defeat Apollo Crews tonight, it is really a win or go home situation, more or less, for Cameron Grimes. Mr. Moneybags himself has got Apollo Crews a little bit dazed, and if he wasn't already, that kick right to the skull is certainly going to do so. Apollo in an opportune state, and Grimes going back to the well with this cradle maneuver that defeated the champion 2 weeks ago. And it gets him another victory tonight in Boston. Well, Apollo Crews tried all he could, the power game, taking things in the air with the shooting star. But Cameron Grimes' momentum right now going to the... Wait a minute, cut back to the ring. I know I heard something in the replay. The Intercontinental Champion LA Knight ambushing Cameron Grimes. Oh, well, Knight embarrassed with that loss 2 weeks ago on Raw. And now a BFT laying out Cameron Grimes. Well, these two men know each other fairly well, had a history down in NXT. All these years later, a second BFT to Cameron Grimes, as LA Knight is not looking to revisit that history. Embarrassed with that defeat 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, and after another win tonight, LA Knight sending a message to Grimes that you may be on the come up, but this is my Intercontinental title. The road to Armageddon is hot and heavy, and the action never stops live here in Boston on Monday Night Raw.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from San Diego, California, weighing in at 200 pounds, Dominic Mysterio!
And as you just saw, ladies and gentlemen, 24 hours removed from Armageddon, live right here on Monday Night Raw. It is the 2023 Slammy Awards, and voting begins this Friday morning, December the 1st. You will be able to cast your vote for the Men's Superstar of the Year, Women's Superstar of the Year, Tag Team of the Year, Match of the Year, and so much more. And the winners, of course, will be revealed Monday night, December the 11th, for the 2023 Slammy Awards live on Monday Night Raw. Cannot wait to see who is going to be among the best voted by you, the fans. Again, voting opens this Friday morning, December the 1st. A lot of action coming your way in the coming weeks here in the WWE, but the action non-stop tonight on Raw as Dominic Mysterio recently traded over to the Red brand, looking to go 2 for 2 against his opponent tonight, a rematch against Carmelo Hayes. Hayes not happy with defeat. A couple weeks ago here on Monday Night Raw, when Dominic Mysterio arrived and was able to knock off this young man, Hayes looking to right that wrong with Trick Williams by his side. Will it be victory for one of the future prospects of the Red brand?
And his opponent, accompanied by Trick Williams from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 210 pounds, Carmelo Hayes.
We have touted long and hard that Carmelo Hayes is going to be a future main event star here on Monday Night Raw. Oozes personality, oozes charisma, and oozes talent inside of the ring. The only thing that has stopped Carmelo Hayes thus far on Monday Night Raw is his win-loss record. Came into Monday Night Raw back in May and really had a hot streak of victories, then fell on a couple of defeats. Remember the trilogy against Bobby Lashley back in the fall. Melo pushed Lashley to the limits, no question about it. Was able to score one victory over Bobby Lashley, albeit with the feet on the ropes. But really ever since then, Lashley went 2 for 2 against Carmelo Hayes, back-to-back wins, and Carmelo has not been able to get back on track ever since. Dominic Mysterio's arrival to Raw certainly didn't do Melo no favors. But here we go, a rematch from a couple of weeks ago. Dominic looking to continue his red-hot momentum. Melo looking to get back in the winning ways here tonight. Well, look at this sequence of maneuvers. These guys going right out of the gate. Feeling out process was just a few weeks ago. They know what they're in for tonight, and that's a fight from bell to bell. Two very agile superstars in there. Dominic Mysterio scaling the ropes. Well, these guys did their homework. Look at this, reversal for reversal. Almost a game of cat and mouse as Mysterio whips Carmelo Hayes off, and there was no reversing double boots to the face. Again, Dominic Mysterio traded to the Red brand as compensation for Ilya Dragunov moving to SmackDown after he won the Cruiserweight Classic tournament. Now Dominic away from his father for the first time in his career, as Ray still resides on Friday nights, has a chance to break out here on Monday Night Raw. So far, so good. Dominic looking good in his second match back here on the red brand. This has been a long time coming, dare I say, for Dominic Mysterio. Remember back in the Cruiserweight Classic, he went one-on-one with his father, Rey Mysterio, and defeated him in the first round of that tournament. Dominic now looking to continue raising his stock here in the WWE, and Carmelo Hayes may have no answer for this young prodigy, if you will. Carmelo Hayes, all kinds of dazed and confused, on roller skates at ringside as Mysterio looked like he was going for a seated senton. Melo, however, did his homework. Now Carmelo Hayes looking to flip the script here at ringside, or maybe inside the squared circle. Still to come tonight on Monday Night Raw, your main event is in the near future. The prize fighter Kevin Owens, the street champ Solo Sikoa. Those two men have had issues dating back over a month here on Monday Night Raw. Hold that thought as Melo now takes things to the air. Somersault plancha down to the ground on Dominic. These two very young, very agile and talented superstars leaving it all inside and outside the ring tonight. And we have got ourselves a barn burner tonight in just the first few minutes of this match. Great action tonight in Boston from all these Monday Night Raw superstars. All this as we approach your final live premiere event of the year, a week from Sunday in Detroit at Armageddon. Kevin Owens, Solo Sikoa, so much history still to come in moments as Dominic Mysterio with the springboard moonsault. Back and forth, the pendulum of momentum has swung from the opening bell. Neither man really able to sustain that momentum in this matchup. Melo may have just gotten the victory off the double knees. Dominic still in this fight. Remember, Dominic was able to defeat Carmelo Hayes a few weeks back. Melo not looking to go. 2 losses in a row to Mysterio. Now off that code breaker, into the cover. Drug him away from the ropes, however, Dominic Mysterio's heart still pumping. And now Melo, keeping his foot on the gas pedal. Could be looking for that high elevation. Thought he was going to be going for that alley-oop leg drop. Elects for the corkscrew, possibly arm drag. Dominic not in pristine position, but Melo able to keep control. Now Dominic picking the ankle. So much action to keep up with in this matchup. Springboard going for that maneuver to crush Melo on the canvas. However, nobody home. And now look at this. Melo might got Dominic caught. Face first off that inverted cutter. And now Melo into the cut. Oh, wait a minute. Feet on the ropes. Ref, look up. Look up. You gotta be kidding me. Well, Carmelo Hayes, no problem with bending the rules. And just like that victory we discussed over Bobby Lashley a few months ago here on Raw, the feet on the ropes to secure a win over Dominic tonight. That is ridiculous. Absolutely uncalled for.
Here is your winner, Carmelo Hayes.
You know, maybe Melo's a little bit unconfident that he can get the victory without Trick Williams getting involved, without feet on the ropes. It's always something. Nonetheless, Carmelo Hayes with a victory against Dominic Mysterio here tonight. On Sunday night, December the 10th, the end is here. It's the final live premiere event of 2023 as the Warriors of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown descend upon Detroit, Michigan for Armageddon. What will this unholy evening have in store as the toughest competitors look to make their final mark of 2023, December the 10th at Armageddon? It is live a week from Sunday, Detroit, Michigan, Little Caesars Arena, 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the final live premiere event of 2023, Armageddon, and several matches officially signed for Detroit on that night. Finn Balor defeating Butch at the top of the hour here on Monday Night Raw. The unsettled issues between the Judgment Day and the Brawling Brutes set to conclude in a tornado tag team matchup for the World Tag Team Championship. Also officially signed Cameron Grimes, earning himself an opportunity against the defiant LA Knight. But after LA Knight laid out Grimes earlier tonight, what is going to be the mindset going into this IC title matchup? Alba Fire certainly going right to the top of the line after her debut victory last week. Rhea Ripley called her shot. Ripley wants to remind Alba Fire just whose division this is here on Raw. Signed earlier in the week on behalf of SmackDown, Edge has one more opportunity this year to secure the World Heavyweight Championship. Championship matches have fallen through his fingers. If he cannot defeat Gunther, Edge's world title aspirations are going by the wayside. And in the main event in Detroit, Hell in a Cell for the WWE Championship. Seth Rollins forced to defend the gold against Solo Sikoa, Kevin Owens, Tommaso Ciampa, Sheamus, and Karrion Kross. 6 men enter, only 1 man will leave Hell with the WWE title. And ladies and gentlemen, next week on the final Monday Night Raw before Armageddon, the issues continue at a Survivor Series as Karrion Kross takes on the Celtic Warrior Sheamus with some massive momentum towards Hell in a Cell on the line. And also next week, he was taken out by Solo Sikoa just several weeks back on Monday Night Raw, but the Great Liberator, Sami Zayn, returns to action live next week here on Monday Night Raw. As we mentioned, Solo Sikoa taking out Sami Zayn several weeks ago just as a way to stick it to the prize fighter Kevin Owens after all the issues between these two men ever since the Deadly Games Eliminator. Nonetheless, it is main event time here in Boston.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Marieville, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 266 pounds, Kevin Owens.
It all started, as we just mentioned, in the Deadly Games Eliminator Tournament. Kevin Owens, Solo Sikoa, and Sheamus met in the opening triple threat matchup. Sheamus pinned Kevin Owens in that contest, which Solo Sikoa did not take lightly. He ambushed Kevin Owens in the backstage area, put him through a table. This led to brawls week after week, whether inside the arena, outside the arena. Solo, as we just mentioned, took out Sami Zayn a number of weeks back just to stick it to his best friend Kevin Owens. Of course, Owens and Solo met in the midst of that traditional Survivor Series elimination matchup 8 nights ago. Owens eliminated Solo from that matchup, which had to only infuriate the Street Champ that much more.
And his opponent from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 250 pounds, Solo Sikoa.
And then we take you back to last week on Monday Night Raw. It was Kevin Owens one-on-one with the Harbinger of Doom, Karrion Kross. And the matchup never seeing a conclusion thanks to that man, Solo Sikoa, who hit the ring just to ambush Kevin Owens. Of course, one thing led to another. Sheamus got involved. Tommaso Ciampa got involved. It was a massive brawl that took place 7 nights ago as we went off the air that really led to the events that will happen a week from Sunday in Detroit. Hell in a Cell. 6 men enter for the WWE Championship. The stakes couldn't be any higher. After the chaos and disorder that has taken over the Red brand for months on end, it finally sees a conclusion at Armageddon. Nonetheless, we are live from Boston. It is main event time. Kevin Owens, Solo Sikoa, and Owens hot out of the gate, and we should expect nothing less. Owens looking to get his hands on Solo tonight after ruining that main event contest 7 nights ago and all the history that we just mentioned. Owens looking to take down Solo tonight and build some massive momentum towards Hell in a Cell for the WWE Championship. Kevin Owens, really the star shining coming out of Survivor Series 8 nights ago, outlasting Karrion Kross, Solo Sikoa, and Damian Priest to be the sole survivor in that traditional matchup as Owens soaring over the top rope. Somersault plancha. Owens is hot as hell out of the gate tonight. Solo Sikoa. I would say he might not have been expecting this fight, but as we mentioned, we should expect nothing less after the events of 7 nights ago here in the Red Brand. I mean, Solo ambushed Owens. Sheamus came down to try to settle the score. Ciampa got involved. Every man and all their friendships, egos, anything getting thrown out the window. Every man brawling with another. And now it has led to this. Kevin Owens crashing and burning at ringside. Solo Sikoa just trying to create some distance and gather himself as this main event continues. Kevin Owens getting back in the ring. Solo needs to slow down the pace because Kevin Owens has been a mile a minute. Now still throwing live rounds, but Solo Sikoa not afraid to break things down into a brawl. You gotta wonder what is going through the mind of the visionary, the WWE champion, Seth freaking Rollins, who sat back and watched the carnage take place 7 nights ago here on Monday Night Raw, only to find out that he will be defending against all 5 of those superstars in Hell in a Cell. And really, that WWE Championship and the #1 contendership around it leading up to Survivor Series really added layer on layer of all the chaos that has taken place here on Monday Night Raw. It's only fitting, regardless of how Rollins feels, that the WWE Championship is on the line, and all these men who have been battling tooth and nail, brawl after brawl, attack after attack, matchup after matchup, it all concludes in the most demonic structure ever created, Hell in a Cell. Solo Sikoa looking to get this thing done and over with tonight. Got Owens lying up at the lights here at the TD Garden, and you never want to be on the receiving end of a headbutt from a wild Samoan. Now Owens again being taken down by Solo Sikoa. Solo slowing down the pace after Kevin Owens was coming out red hot in the early moments. Solo looking to wrestle, looking to fight his style of matchup in this main event. Pick apart Kevin Owens, piece by piece, pick up a victory, and coast to Hell in the Cell a week from Sunday in Detroit. And it's very interesting looking at a guy like Solo Sikoa, who just burst on the scene here on Monday Night Raw back in the month of March, making his debut here in the Red Brand from NXT, and the impact he has made all year. Solo Sikoa has been the centerfold to a lot of fights, a lot of wars, a lot of chaos here on Monday Night Raw. We should expect nothing less from a man who dubbed himself the Street Champ years ago in NXT. Now Solo, just months really removed from his Monday Night Raw debut, finds himself competing in one of the most high-profile main events in live premiere event history a week from Sunday for the WWE title. Kevin Owens has anything to say about it. Solo might not make it to Armageddon. Exploder moments ago, Solo barely avoiding those diamond-plated steel steps. Solo bringing the fight back into the ring, went for the reverse kick, and Kevin Owens gets out of the way, and a senton signature. And now what has Owens got in mind? Scaling the ropes. Solo on spaghetti legs, and a missile drop kick by Kevin Owens. And Solo just trying to get his wits about him here. The Samoan is rocked. The prize fighter just gonna keep on fighting, as he always does. This is exactly how Kevin Owens came at Karrion Kross last week. Laser focused, throwing live rounds. And it was Solo Sikoa who spoiled the fight. And now Solo, another reversal that time. Not gonna allow Kevin Owens to mount a comeback in this main event affair. I am sure Sheamus and Karrion Kross, Tommaso Ciampa, and most importantly, the champion Seth Rollins have all got their eyes on this matchup, looking for a weakness in Kevin Owens, looking for a weakness in the Street Champ Solo Sikoa. We're going to put together a game plan for when it's 6 men in 1 ring, surrounded by 1 cage and 1 pinfall to a finish at Armageddon. And Solo just continuing this beatdown. Solo came to Boston tonight to fight. And Kevin Owens on the receiving end of that pop-up Samoan drop. And that may be all she wrote. Into the cover But Kevin Owens is still alive. Owens has made a career off of keep fighting. Oh, wait a minute. There's a reversal by Owens. Solo is going for the spike. Owens says otherwise. Reversal. Another reversal. Owens trying to mount a comeback, but Solo Sikoa is hell-bent on not allowing a victory for Kevin Owens here tonight. As we mentioned, as these two men were making their way down the aisle this evening, Kevin Owens eliminating Solo from that traditional Survivor Series match 8 nights ago had to only infuriate the Street Champ that much more. Just a little bit of added layer on the already cake that was built of these two men's history with each other. Now Solo just looking to take out Kevin Owens in the midst of this one-on-one main event. Samoan drop at ringside, delivered. The headbutt does not, and Kevin Owens delivers a boot of his own. Momentum, payback, victory riding on the line in your main event. As now Owens back inside the ring, muscles up Solo Sikoa, which is no easy task, and a power bomb. Not necessarily the pop-up version. A little bit of more enthusiasm on that finisher maneuver by Kevin Owens, but a powerbomb nonetheless. And now Solo on the top rope. The action rolls forward here on Monday Night Raw. And wait a minute, and speaking of rolling, Kevin Owens with a victory roll from the top. And now going for the pinfall victory. Lateral press, but Solo Sikoa powers out. Boston, Massachusetts coming alive. The TD Garden is rocking as Kevin Owens and Solo Sikoa putting on a barn burner in your main event. Solo's down, but Solo Sikoa may not be out just yet. And there you go. Kevin Owens taking a moment to breathe, and the Street Champ gonna make him pay. But there's a reversal there by Owens. Reversal by Solo. Tit for tat, these two men go. Man, this has been a fight since the opening bell. No feeling out process tonight. As Solo into the ropes. Pop-up powerbomb by Kevin Owens. Take it home. There it is. Not just yet. Solo Sikoa kicks out and the matchup rolls on. Boston does not want to see this one go to a conclusion. Kevin Owens, however, looking for said victory. Man, what agility, what strength out of Kevin Owens this late in the matchup for that springboard moonsault, and somehow still has the will to keep fighting this wild Samoan in a wild environment, to say the least, here on Monday Night Raw. And with Solo Sikoa still with fight left in him somehow, some way. I don't understand it either, but Kevin Owens is now on a knee at ringside momentarily, and here comes Solo to make him pay. Remember, the only reason we had that Deadly Games Eliminator was because Solo Sikoa took out the original #1 contender Bobby Lashley. The Street Champ wanted the WWE title match at Survivor Series for himself, and he blames Kevin Owens for derailing that game plan. Solo Sikoa has taken out a lot of men. He's taken out Bobby Lashley. He took out Sami Zayn, who returns next week. He's looking to take out Kevin Owens tonight ahead of Hell in a Cell. And the fight continues as Kevin Owens is on the receiving end of a Samoan beatdown by the Street Champ. Solo Sikoa now could be heading back inside the ring, looking for a count-out victory. Owens back inside, and wait a minute, another Samoan drop! And I got a feeling that's gonna do it. Oh, but Solo's not done. Looking to inflict more punishment on Kevin Owens. A headbutt. And now Solo could be looking for that Samoan spike. Grabbing on the throat of Kevin Owens. A reversal that time. Kick. Stunner. Cover. Out of nowhere. Solo's still into it. You gotta be kidding me. What a main event here tonight in Boston. Solo is going for the spike, stacking up the offense. Kevin Owens reversed, a stunner out of nowhere, but somehow Solo Sikoa is still alive. And if that doesn't tell you the intestinal fortitude of these two men, the desire to build momentum towards Hell in a Cell at Armageddon, to win the WWE Championship, I don't know what will. Now And Kevin Owens looking to resort to different tactics here, reaching down in the playbook, trying to find a result, a conclusion to this main event barn burner. Crossface locked in. Solo Sikoa maybe beginning to fade, or not just yet. Getting Kevin Owens off his back, and now the Street Champ looking to seize this opportunity. Misses in the corner, nobody home. Owens picks the ankles, stacking up the victory. He got him! Kevin Owens scores a pinfall over Solo Sikoa. A reversal by the Street Champ. Solo went for the splash in the corner to no avail, and Kevin Owens took advantage of a dazed, confused Solo Sikoa. Man, these two men beat the hell out of each other, but in the end, the prize fighter rolls on. Victory for Kevin Owens.
Here is your winner, Kevin Owens.
Man, Kevin Owens may be, amongst the challengers, the favorite at Armageddon. First surviving, oh wait a minute, Seth Rollins, the WWE Champion. Rollins is in the ring and ambushing the man who I was just getting ready to call possibly the favorite inside Armageddon. Kevin Owens survived Survivor Series. He got through Solo Sikoa tonight, but the WWE Champion Seth freaking Rollins is looking to send a message not only to Owens, but to each of his challengers inside Hell in a Cell. Oh no, wait a minute. We saw this 8 nights ago in the Garden, an elevated curb stomp, this time to Kevin Owens. Tommaso Ciampa, Solo Sikoa, Karrion Kross, and Sheamus better take notes because Owens is staring up at the lights of the Garden, and that may be the result a week from Sunday inside Hell in a Cell at Armageddon.
Game face on when I chase like that. Yeah, I play so strong with a knife in the back. I'ma swing home run like a baseball bat. Gonna see me rise if you hate on that. I don't play both sides, doing me no cap. I'm a